Hello, everyone. Welcome to LaughingPlace.com's live discussion of Disney merchandise. It's barely Necessities. I'm Rebecca Mosley, the site's co-founder, and our site manager, Rebecca Burbank, is with me. How are you doing, Becca?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well, recovering from a great trip. I was just down in Southern California for a few days, got to visit Universal Studios Hollywood, got to visit Disneyland for when Patrick Mahomes was there.
So cool.
Yeah, so it was pretty cool. I didn't realize that he had gone to school in Tyler, Texas. I was actually born in kind of that area of Texas, so I was like, oh, okay, it's a bit of kind of a hometown boy kind of dynamic there. So that was exciting. And what else? Oh, and then I got to go to I'll call it a National Geographic yellow carpet. It's, the red carpet, but in this case, because Nat Geo, and learn more about Queens, which is coming next month. And I'll talk about it closer to its drop date. But wow, it's been an exciting few days. But I know you've been busy here gathering up merchandise, and that's what we're here to talk about. So where are we going to talk about first, Becca?
Well, we're going to talk about, this is the last time we will talk about Shop Disney, because tomorrow, at least according to their guest services page, tomorrow Shop Disney is supposed to be rebranded back to Disney Store. So this is supposed to happen on the 14th. It's already rolled out in some of the Asian markets, and I believe in Europe just the other day. And so then, tomorrow in North America.
So this is information that was there on the guest services page. Currently, it seems to be, strictly within this online dynamic, but boy, do I hope it is the sign of greater things to come. There's no indication of that. Just a familiar name, but wow, that's one of those choices that happened in the past few years that I've always scratched my head about. I'm gonna get a little like kind of super geek here for a moment, but for like just the brand, the Disney Store, it meant so much. I grew up near the first one, and so it was this special place that we would go to when we couldn't make it, all the way down to Disneyland, or we didn't have, tickets to go down to Disneyland. It was a place to go. You'd see, I know it's not the same because nowadays you can get a trailer, just on your phone, but we'd go there when the latest trailer was out. And I really feel like it was a great way for Disney to remind you of why you wanted to go to the parks. It's sometimes when we're not there, we get kind of mired in all the disappointments, the crowds, the expensive, the whatever. But then you'd go to the Disney Store and you'd encounter those cast, and they had such a joy and a passion, and you'd remember all those little magical aspects of Disneyland. So it's like one of those things where I was sad when that went away from being in people's backyards, because it was more than just a store that offered Disney stuff. I don't know what your experience was with the brand.
There was a store probably about a half an hour from where I grew up, so we didn't get there very, very often. Mostly, I'm used to we went to the store in Glendale. I lived in California for about a year, and we were really close to the Glendale store. But yeah, it was always a special treat to go into one of the Disney stores, but we didn't make like an annual event of it or anything. So
Gio saying he really hopes that the notion that Disney Store is coming back as a brand also will mean the return to the mall. The one aspect in the arrival is that the possibility of more adult merchandise, and I've really enjoyed kind of that increase. And I'd love to see more from just under the Disney brand itself, because we've seen so much. We talk here every week about Rock'em Socks, Rock Love, Bobble Bar, all these brands that have these collabs. But back in the day, I remember how much I wish I had a job, because I was like teenager. I wasn't quite in the workforce yet. There were all these like Disney home items and Disney embroidered shirts and stuff. And, it just wasn't in the family budget. But now as an adult, hey, I can figure out a way to make it part of my budget.
Yes.
Let's see. We've also got a new animated a limited series that's coming, and we've seen some merchandise pop up for that.
Yes, so Iwájú is a new show that will be streaming on Disney Plus. It's from Walt Disney Animation Studios and Kugali Studios. So this is a joint venture, and yeah, there's some new merchandise. I was a little disappointed we didn't have more. There's just like 6 items, but I think this is a really good start. Yeah, we've got these 2 characters. I think Tola and Cole are their names, and so they are they're the main characters of our story. We'll be following them throughout their adventure, and then yeah, some shirts here for adults. There's some styles for kids. Kind of futuristic, which is what the story is going to be. It takes place in is it Lagos, Nigeria, in the future. So we're going to have a lot of African influences, which is really, really cool.
I was really, they actually had some of this merchandise available at Disneyland over in the World of Disney, as well as at the Adventureland Bazaar. The pink that accents the shirts and the pink that accents the hat and the hip bag really pops really nicely. The designs capture what you anticipate with the kind of futuristic storyline that you're going, but yet have that kind of throwback 80s futuristic feel. So I'm excited to see what that means as far as the series itself. You know, it's giving us just a little flavor maybe of what we can expect as far as like the vibe, the energy of this new series coming to Disney Plus. Let's see. Next up, we've got the next month's collection for Stitch Attack snacks.
Yes, today it's all about popcorn. So we've got an adorable plush and we've got a 3-pin set, all themed to popcorn. These are really cute, right?
Yeah, once again, he's got this adorable button-up shirt featuring the snack of the month. We've got Stitch and Angel as pins, and then the snack pin. That seems to be what we've seen, right? We have a kind of a character pin and then a snack pin along with it.
Yes, and I think that's what's going to carry through throughout the series.
So last month, what we started off with pretzel.
Yep, pretzel last month.
We have popcorn, and next month we have macaron. I want to say.
Yep. Yeah, and there's a picture, a teased picture. I think I put it in our catch-all article, which is separate from the one we have on the screen. And then oh, yay, Gio.
Oh, come on, let's see if we can convince Gio. Look how cute. This picture of Stitch right here. I gotta admit, this pin at first glance, it looked more like a snowball.
Yeah, I can see that.
Than a handful of popcorn. But maybe it's just because it's we've got that snowstorm on the way to our poor friends out on the East Coast. I had snow and rain. Our teammate Marshall shared a bunch of images of the merchandise that you could have picked up if you were aboard the Disney Wonder when it was down under.
Yes.
And it's not dated, so we're wondering if maybe we'll see some of this pop up again. What'd you think of the items you saw, Becca?
I like these. I like that we're kind of incorporating the Australia, New Zealand aspect of it in the actual artwork. Mickey and Minnie are both wearing these Stetson hats. The colors are really, really pretty. And yeah, I think there's a Spirit jersey has the continent of Australia on the front instead of the typical Disney D. So I think that's pretty cool.
I got a kick out of their choice to have featured on the purse. You've got the koala. I'm thinking that's like an Australia representation. Then you've got the kiwi over here, kind of the New Zealand representation. But the colors on this purse are so pretty.
They are, yes. Yeah, they did a really nice job with this.
Yeah, great palette for these pins. And once again, this was they have a kind of a seasonal dynamic as far as the Disney Cruise Line having this down under itinerary. So we'll be curious to see if these pins and if this artwork, this collection kind of reappears with them back down there again, or will you see it in your local outlets before
Yeah.
they, because they'll sometimes with these limited runs, you'll end up. I know we've from time to time seen Run Disney items end up at our local outlet or some of the holiday items, but really pretty. Oh, let's see. Oh, apparently Gio's fond of the stuff in person.
Okay. That's good. That's good to know. It's
So
hard
there you go.
sometimes looking at a photo. Sometimes things look like they're going to be really, really great. And then you see them and they're not as impressive, or vice versa. You're like, I'm not sure. And then you're like, oh my goodness, it's so colorful, or the way it catches the light is just so gorgeous.
I will say the Iwájú pin. When I
Okay.
first looked at it on the Disney store, Disney,
shopDisney.
future Disney store website, I wasn't too sure about it, but in person, the way the design is realized is much more attractive. So yeah, that's one of those hard aspects, especially when you're dealing because with the pins, right? The lines are metallic, so they end up with a reflective nature, and that can kind of impact how they look in person. From the realm of dolls, we know Disney finally in that American Girl arena.
Yeah, I have mixed feelings about this in general, having grown up with American Girl dolls, but I think these are beautifully realized. And so these are Princess American Girl dolls with the Disney princess dresses. So all of those there, you cannot buy those outfits separately. You have to get the doll to get that dress. But they do have the accessories that you can buy for either your princess doll or your other American Girl dolls, which I think is a very smart move.
I love some of the wardrobe choices
Yes.
they've made. I love that they have Tiana's coat and hat. I love that we had Ariel's pink dress. Of course, I'm a fan of Cinderella. You've got her work dress. You've also got her pink gown. Even the blue, even those kind of turquoise pearls that her mice friends make for her. Yeah.
That's such a fun segment in the movie. And then they're like, it's also then so heartbreaking, but like having them come together and they're like, we're going to do this for Cinderella. It's so wonderful.
It's one of those things I think is a beautiful way of demonstrating that how the value of kindness. How, if you're kind to others when you need help, then you'll have people around you. You won't be taking it on alone. It can be much more challenging to deal with tough times if you've made it hard for people to embrace you. Hi, Caleb. How you doing? So so American Girl. Yeah, no, I know it's one of those things. I'm excited for the addition of wardrobe. I'm very interested with the reality of the way IP is just much more pervasive everywhere. Same with Build-A-Bear when it first started, it was very much kind of its own branding, but slowly it's become much more of a collaboration. Collaborative efforts seem to be kind of very popular right now with across the board, right?
Yes.
I mean,
yes. Oh, yeah.
Everywhere you've got if you're an Adidas fan, you can now be an Adidas fan who has a Disney sneaker. Growing up,
or
that
Marvel
wasn't the case,
or Star
right?
Wars.
No.
Exactly.
New Balance, you weren't going to get Mickey Mouse on your New Balance, but hey.
Yeah, they had a whole collaboration for Run Disney several years ago. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
For
so it's just
the Fab Five characters, it was like an entire, yes, you're right, entire series.
No, it's everywhere now. And so now even American Girl be able to have an American Girl Ariel. Makes it much more difficult to be a Disney completist if you like to collect.
Right.
It's just gross and gross. Speaking of arenas in which Disney has kind of found those interesting collaborations, the photos for this are stunning. It is a villain-inspired bridal gown, Disney fairy tale weddings. Oh, these are amazingly beautiful.
They're beautiful. I don't know that they need to be a thing. So this is just me ranting. I'm like, really? I think having a unique wedding dress or something different from traditional is is really, really cool. I don't know if I need it to be Disney themed, if that makes sense.
I gotcha.
But
yes, I love this photo this
yes.
photo essay that they've done utilizing them, the way that they've selected settings there at Walt Disney World. Because, for example, this is an Ursula inspired dress. So you've got her there in front of the Ariel attraction.
Yes.
You've got the Evil Queen design in front of Snow White's cottage, Jafar over by Agrabah and Adventureland, and then Maleficent stationed in front of the amazing dragon from the typically daytime parade. Although, wow, it's stunning at night. But the one challenge I had was I didn't get an impression truly of what the dresses were like very well because it's a darker image. Yeah. So we have a link in the article to the Allure Brides website. So if you are interested, and they have very high resolution images of the wedding gowns, and so you can really see the detail. They also have models in varying sizes, so you can look and see how it might fit your body shape versus some of those within that amazing photo spread. But we'll have the link below to both. We'll have our article so you can see all those amazing images that were taken, but then we'll also have a link if you're looking to buy and you want to get a better impression of the dresses. We'll have that link in there as well. Yeah, these are, I'm a bit more traditional with certain aspects. However, my husband and I are like at a quandary right now because he for those of you who don't watch often, he had bariatric surgery. So, that's a tremendous amount of weight loss. And exiting Flight of the Hippogriff, his ring caught on the lap bar as he was kind of pushing off to get up out of the chair, and it caught on the low, because it's a rubberized grip, so you can hold on, and it caught on that, and you just heard it ding, 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 ding. It dropped beneath the attraction, so it's way down there below the tracks of Hippogriff. Thankfully, it was just a very simple. It wasn't a cost concern. It was just, I don't have a wedding ring anymore.
Sure.
But we're debating. I would really like to get some of those Enso, but I think he's a little bit more traditionalist and, still wants like just, a metal ring. So, but I want a fun ring. I want one that looks like a lightsaber or something.
Well, they do. So yes. Enso definitely does have those. And you can have them for your like fun one, and you could still get a traditional ring. I believe they also now have some like, where you wear the silicone insert, but then they have a metal exterior. It's not going to be quite as gorgeous as a wedding band, but it might be a good way for the two of you to compromise, where he can have that more traditional look, and then you can have something fun, but it's still completely yours.
Okay. So maybe I'll be able to convince him to branch out a little bit. We'll see. You never know. Let's see, Giki Tikis. We've got some Pixar fun coming to your tiki bar.
Yes, these are pre-order at Entertainment Earth right now. They have those. They also have them in Arabesh, so you can either get them with the English word letters, or you can get them in Arabesh.
I love the idea of getting them in Arabesh, but go ahead.
But yes, back to Geeky Tikis. These are pre-order at Entertainment Earth. This is new to their Geeky Tikis has a new Pixar collection. So we saw Buzz and Woody earlier this year, and now we've got Monsters Inc. and Coco. I really like how vibrant the colors are, at least in the photos. I don't have one in hand to confirm that, but that looks really cool, and I love that Boo is part of the Sully mug.
Yeah, that's why I pulled that one up. I love the detail along the back, but like you say, the colors are nice and vibrant. They'll add a little bit of a brightness to your otherwise. Because I think a lot of times we get a lot of shades of brown.
Yes.
Aside from your floral accents within the tiki design, so that's cool. Oh, Gio, gonna get a Coco one. Put some cocoa in it. There you go.
Yeah, you can.
That's a
Yeah,
man who knows how to enjoy himself.
these are pretty sizable too. I think those three are anywhere from 17 to 37 ounces of liquid that they can hold. So I believe I put in there that like, yeah, you can hold your favorite libation. More than enough room for that. Whether you need a soft drink or something a little bit harder. But yeah, and
I do not know what. Are you guys able to hear that buzzing? I'm sorry, I don't know what was buzzing like that nearby, so I can't make it go away. I apologize if you can hear it on the stream here. So, oh, by the way, Gio, congratulations on the Chiefs victory. I know you are a Missouri resident. I'm not. I guess I should congratulate you too as a Missouri resident.
Go Chiefs. Yeah, it was pretty I was not watching the game. I was actually doing laundry, but then I I stepped outside to take the trash out, and then I heard fireworks, and I'm like, I think that means the Chiefs won.
There you go.
I'm gonna guess that for the length of time the fireworks were going, that people were excited by the outcome of the game.
It's funny because we're moving on to Iron Man, and he looks like he's just should naturally be a Chiefs fan.
Right?
Right? He's like just it's just by default.
There you go. Yeah. So this is a new CASETiFY collection that's launching on the 15th. So we still have a couple days, but you can sign up for priority access and be among the first to shop the collection when it drops. We've got some some phone cases and some other cases for your smart accessories, mostly Apple accessories. But the key item here is the Iron Man AirPods case. So it's a case for your case, but it lights up and it comes with a display stand as well as little carabiner so you can take it with you. Yeah, these
are case for that case that looks like Iron Man's head.
Mm-hmm.
That seems rather significant in size.
Yeah, I don't remember exactly, and I don't have my I don't have any AirPods with me right now, but you're looking at probably like a 2.5 inch 2 by 2.5 inch holder, like just the space to hold the case. So yeah, that's going to be something bigger. And then yes, it opens, the top opens, his eyes do light up.
Almost like those little helmets that we saw from Lego.
Mm-hmm.
Remember when they did like kind of the mini helmets or the mini things? I didn't know you were in I keep messing that up that you're actually in Kansas. Okay, well, at least it got noisy over there too. But CASETiFY, our teammate Alex has had CASETiFY on a couple of his iPhones over the years, and he has spoken very highly of them, and the brightness, the vibrance of their colors, and their way they've protected his phone. So if you are a Marvel fan, be sure to check out the CASETiFY Iron Man collection coming in a few days.
Yes. Yep. Yeah, I was trying to see if I could find dimensions on the website. I'm not seeing them right now. But yeah, it's going to be a pretty sizable case, but also great to display.
Yeah, no, it's as somebody who often sets their pod case just on the desk where I'm working and then ends up putting something on top of it or shifting it around, I was like, oh, that might not be a bad idea, because it's something attractive to look at, and then it would keep me from misplacing my pods. Disney Wishables, there's another collection on its way. Yeah.
Actually, it arrived last week. So we haven't had a Wishables Wednesday in well over a year, but last Wednesday we got the Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind set, which includes, of course, Rocket and then the Nova Corps starship, their spaceship, and some other fun characters too, like Star-Lord and Gamora. And then Groot was a standalone plush as well. We were laughing because Star-Lord looks like he might be French or something with his little mustache. Like Star-Lord, like Star-Lord if he was, lived in France.
It really does, with the way his eyebrow kind of, just a little bit, the little stash. But I was gonna ask Gio, because when I first saw the Nova plush, Gio, see if you were on the same page as me. For some reason, this brought back memories of Oa from Tiki Room under new management. So the realization there of the Nova Core vehicle. Oh, Groot, he's cute. And this is like a chaser, a standalone. Oh no, this is a standalone. You can just purchase this one. The others are blind bags.
Yes. Yeah. And from what I can tell, there's not a chase or there's no chase in this collection. But that's good. I like that they mix that up, that not every single one of the Wishables series has been the same. So it's a little bit of a mystery what you're gonna get each time. But yeah. And these are $14.99 a piece.
And see, there we go. A little bit like a Oa, but from the reverse side, a face hugger. Okay, let me see. Let me pull it up. We can look. Oh yeah, okay. I see that now. Yeah, there you go. A little bit of face hugger action happening with the Nova Core. Yeah. Okay, it's kind of hard to do something that's a ship as like a plush form.
Yeah, they've done a pretty decent job. They've done all sorts of ride vehicles, but yeah, you're right. A ship it seems like something that would be a little bit harder to realize. I like the outcome.
And speaking of starships, our final item on today's little list before we move into our fun portion of the show is a Star Wars vintage collection set.
Yes. So this is also a pre-order. This is going to be it's at Hasbro, Hasbro Pulse, and then will later be available at Shop Disney and Disney, or I guess, well, it'll be at Disney stores and Disney parks this fall. But yeah, this is the New Republic E-Wing that we saw in the Ahsoka series, the live action series. And then it comes with this character, this little droid called KE4N4, which is a little take on Kenner. And Mike Celestino told me that this character is supposed to be inspired by the original R2-D2 Kenner figure. So it's not R2-D2, but you can see how it looks like that original figure.
Yes. I think this is such a neat insider item in that it's a a character that was crafted based on the way a toy looked back when I was a little kid. And they gave it a name that connects with the brand.
Yes.
The other aspect of this collection that reached out to me in your description was that it has collapsible landing gear and sliding canopy. Those are some of the little features that I appreciate in my Star Wars vehicles. So I was excited to see that this set would have that.
Yeah, no, this is pretty cool. I like how it's been realized, and I think that it'll be a fun item to add to a lot of different collections. And yeah, as we said, it's that vintage collection, so it's going to be that 3 3/4 inch is what the figures are scaled at. So this is going to be a little be larger than that, but just to give you an idea of the size. So yeah.
And with that, we've arrived at this week's Sensational Seven. And this week, our Sensational Seven. Okay, so, I just closed my window by mistake.
Oh, no.
Okay, there we go. This week, I was at Disneyland, and the highlight was supposed to be seeing Patrick Mahomes in the parade, but my excitement was actually much higher for Magic Happens, which if you haven't seen this tremendous parade at Disneyland, I really encourage you to check its show schedule and try and see it. It has a great energy. We've got a beautiful video of it on Laughing Place that you can view as well. And I've seen others around. You can hear the soundtrack on streaming services. Magic Happens. It has one of those kind of really pump you up scores. So with that in mind, my list of items, it celebrates the various dwarfs: sleepy, happy, grumpy, dopey, sneezy, bashful, and dark. And this time, my overarching category are the various people who are featured in Magic Happens, and that includes Sword in the Stone. We have Merlin and Young Wart, and they are featured in the parade. And here, in honor of Sleepy, you can find them on a simple throw pillow. Cuddle up with this and take a nap. It's like the classic poster.
Yeah.
Did you like this movie when you were young, Becca?
I've only seen it a few times. I liked elements of it, and then there were other things that were like pretty scary for me. I think when he was like turned into a fish, there's a whole like segment, and I was just like, oh my gosh, poor Wart. So I was one of those kids who was like, my parents couldn't let me watch stuff because I'd get so scared.
With Happy in mind, I will share this adorable realization of Moana and Maui as Fisher-Price characters. This would have been so embraced because we used to try and adapt our little peoples to be parade characters, and we would adapt our little people sets to be floats, draw on them, color them, whatever, and to just be able to go out and buy her canoe would have been nice.
Yeah.
It wouldn't have led to so many fights because we would color them. Like I would color them and then my sister would be like, why did you color that? I'm not happy. You know, that kind of thing. This would have helped with that. For Grumpy, nobody likes to be awakened from a sleep. And I always felt like that's what happened to poor Chernabog in that final sequence there. The parade kicks off with Sorcerer Mickey. So I'm bringing in a little bit of Chernabog. Here's a t-shirt. It says Rise of Darkness, which is a very fascinating phrase to me. But I like how it has kind of that grumpy look from, like I say, he always looked to me like somebody who'd been awakened from a slumber. It's like, hey, dudes, I just want to go back to being asleep on my little mountain. So Here we go dance away, and then I can get back to what I was doing. For Dopey, I'll go with something that sparkles like his eyes. In this case, it is a Sleeping Beauty earring set. That's the finale float of the parade, Sleeping Beauty. Here you have Flora, Fauna, Merryweather, and Aurora represented from Girls Crew. Girls Crew often go with that mix and match idea. Or if you're someone with multiple piercings on an ear, you can kind of have, you know, that collection all featured right there. They also tend to offer their items in a gold tone, a rose gold, or a silver. So you can pick from among them. So typically very petite designs. So got to see some of these on display. They had a trunk show at Sweethearts Night at Disneyland. And so I got to see just how petite they are, because I had mostly seen them online, and they're very small, which is nice. So I was like,
Did you get any?
I didn't. I thought about it, but I didn't. For one thing, their location was really popular. It's kind of hard to get to it. And then I was like, oh, but I know there were some online I was looking at. So, you know, it's like one of those things where I ended up with so many choices, I didn't make one.
Yeah, I know. I know that feeling.
For Sneezy. Okay, so in between sneezes, you want to have some fun, right? But you can't get too invested in something because you know that's going to come any moment. Okay, in this case, I went with Bop It. I don't know if you've played this game. It's a lot of fun. You're told various directions to be maybe twist it or pull it or bop it. And they had a Olaf version of it. I didn't know this was out there. I found it today over at Amazon. He's small. He's not big like the regular Bop It that's like about this big, just the whole Bop It. He's only about maybe 9 inches, maybe 10 inches tall. So he's a little bit on the smaller side, but it's got an Olaf voice telling you to twist it, and you can twist his head.
Okay.
If you want, bop his little head. So yeah.
I like that.
For Bashful, Subtle, Tiana, she's in the parade. Beautifully dancing with Naveen in a bayou setting. It's particularly lovely. But here is Corksicle's heritage sketch. These are for celebration of the Disney 100. It's kind of a prismatic look, following those pencil lines for various characters. In this case, Tiana. It's on sale because it was released at the beginning of this Disney 100. So if you are looking for a tumbler, you can pick up a Corksicle. By the way, they do a good job of keeping your hots hot and your colds cold. I use my Epcot one very successfully for such things. Oh, let's see. What do we have? I have a comment over here. Oh, I hope so too. I think it popped. I think it is an item that came out when Frozen 2 hit theaters. So I suspect it may not be on store shelves. So you'll have to let me know, Gio, if you were able to actually find it in person in a Target, or if you had to resort to like a Target online pickup or Amazon. And finally, Doc is to me the foundational, and Cinderella in the parade in her beautiful pumpkin coach. But in this case, I went with her castle. And this is a Ravensburger puzzle. It's 1,000 pieces. But this is from a series of art that was released a little bit ago, where you would have the princess's castle, and then each room of the castle would feature a backdrop from the film. So you get those actual designs from the motion picture, whether from the motion pictures, listen, from the animated feature, whether it's Ariel or Snow White, Jasmine, Merida. There was a wide variety. They went through, I think, 9 princesses, I want to say.
10.
10. It was 10. I still remember. 10 of them, and now they're available also in puzzle form. So you'd end up with a 27 by 20 puzzle that you can frame and put on the wall and have the art. So yeah. Oh.
Kyle got me the Beauty and the Beast one like that, with Belle in the corner and then inside Beast's castle.
Is it this one with her in her winter?
Yes.
And then I also have. You can get a better look.
Yeah. No, it's a really, really great puzzle. And Ravensburger quality is really good. The pieces like fit together nicely. There's a nice like a matte finish to them. They're not like super thick, but they're not flimsy pieces. It's very, very impressed with the quality. I'm very impressed with the quality.
And that's so important in a puzzle. It's nice when you put a piece together and you can feel assured and convinced that they actually go together. Yes. Cheaper puzzles, my mom and I would often like flip it over. We'd put it together. We'd like flip it over, then see how it fit without looking at the picture to ensure that it was working. And when I've worked with Ravensburger, I haven't had kind of that same doubt.
Right.
So, and I guess let's see, that's it. That's my Sensational 7 this week, celebrating Magic Happens, because I love that parade. I would go see that parade every day if it was in California. It is such a pick-me-up. And the energy of the dancers in it and the costuming and I could go on and on.
Yeah, no, it looks fantastic.
So that brings us to Becca's shopping list. That's all this stuff. And is this the right shopping list? Or
I think I sent you the.
No. Hang on. This is on me. I downloaded one and then I went, wait, I think I downloaded the wrong one. So is that an old one?
That's last week's.
Okay. So
we can talk about this stuff again.
Okay. No, let me pull it up. It's funny. I was just about to ask you, Becca, what's the top item? Because I think I have last week's. Okay. Here we go. Totally on me. That's it, right?
No, you're good. You're good. All right. We have over at Shop Disney, Mickey & Co. Crocs. These are for adults, but there's some bright blue Crocs with Mickey Mouse on the front. I know Valentine's Day is tomorrow, but if you need a couple more ideas, we've got a Nightmare Before Christmas Halloween guide. So Valentine's meets Halloween, plus it's Christmas, kind of all 3 holidays rolled into one. We were talking about Girls Crew. There's a beautiful Beauty and the Beast ring collection that they have. Some very, very delicate, lovely rings. And then Sleeping Beauty at Hot Topic, there's of course some classic items and then some new items from her universe that have arrived on Hot Topic as well. We had our friends over, or Luke was over at Disneyland Paris, and he took some pictures of the Newport Bay Club collection for your home.
I love how you started that with our friend, and then you paused.
I know. I was like, wait,
he's not our friend. We just.
Well, I mean, he's totally our friend, but like, I was like, wait, who was it? No, Marshall was on Disney Cruise in Australia.
I just had to give you grief because it's just too funny. No, he's not my friend. I just work with him.
We're all friends.
Yes, we are, goodness. For sure.
If you're a fan of X-Men, there is a Storm Funko Pop that's exclusive to Box Lunch, and it glows in the dark. It's a really, really cool pop. Deadpool popped up at Roosevelt's last week with not only the Kunu Flex button-down shirts, but also some hats and then some all-day polos as well. And then the Boba Fett prototype helmet from Hasbro, as part of the Star Wars Black Series, was originally an exclusive item. Now it's been re-released and it is available at Shop Disney. This is a white helmet, so it's what they initially envisioned for the character, very different from what was actually realized in the film. And then finally, Epic Universe in Florida, in Universal Orlando, will be coming soon, and some merchandise has already started to surface. So we got photos of that.
Very cool. So awesome. Okay, let's see what else is happening on Laughing Place. Well, tonight, right here on this YouTube channel, you can see Disney Trivia Live. You can compete head-to-head with fellow Disney fans, see how much you know or don't know about things like Scene 1. We'll find out what that means this evening. And Galentine's Day. So those are the topics for tonight. We usually have 2 contests. I'm sure Doobie and Gideon will talk a little bit about our recent adventures down in Southern California. So pop on by for that at 7:30 Pacific. Oh, thanks, Caleb. Have a magical night yourself.
Should we make a Galentine's heart?
Oh, no, I got to do it over here.
Yeah, sorry.
And go over.
Way, yeah. You're right. Somewhere like, oh, let me there we go. There, Doobie, you'll love that, right?
The little Galentine's heart.
Pull it back and something like that.
Hi, Doobie. Nice. What? Why?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, we will be here next week to talk more Disney merchandise. We always have so much fun sharing with all of you the various items that we found around the web. The links below, we make a note of affiliate links and various aspects like that in regards to what we are showcasing. Know that oftentimes it's because I'll get an email. We all sign up for those. We follow them on Instagram, or we have those emails because they're brands we like, and I'll email it over to Becca. Becca, do you think people will like this? And then we'll decide whether or not to share it with all of you. So we appreciate you stopping by. If you see anything, feel free to drop us a line, Barely Necessities. So we have a Disney Merch Show Instagram account, and we have a Disney Merch Show Twitter as well. So you can find us over there. I guess that's it. We will see you all later.